Welcome to the 2024 Formula Winter Series season. Destination number 1 is Jerez.
Feeling very confident about the weekend. It's a track that we have already tested, we have already raced with great results. I'm very confident with our team, Campbell Racing, and myself. I can do great things.
There's about 38 cars on the grid, so that definitely makes it a bit tougher. First time here at the circuit. I'm loving every bit of it. I mean, it's lovely to compete at such high competitiveness, you know, driving with the best teams, best cars. I mean, it's incredible.
I've done a lot of test days already, so I feel like I'm prepared. I think the speed is there. So I think we should definitely be contesting for the win, obviously. That's the main goal.
Yeah, I'm really excited about the season. It's my first season in cars, so really happy to announce that I'll be racing with this team. So because it's a very good team.
It's the first race of the season. It's Andres Cardenas and Griffin Peebles on the front row. A few gaps on the grid as drivers failed to get out onto the circuit in time from pit lane, but it's an absolutely timely start from Griffin Peebles. He leads going into the first corner in this first race of the season. Cardenas follows through in second place. I believe that was Maciej Gedlich there in third position as well. Another of the MP Motorsport cars. Everybody cleanly through the first few corners then, and there they go through turn 5 for the first time. Going to be so careful not to drift out wide through there, and already on the offensive is Cardenas trying to go around the outside at turn 6. That's certainly a bold manoeuvre. Oh, and we've got a spinner further back. That's the number 19 of Kabir Analarag, one of the US Racing cars, but he carries on, and Cardenas carries on into the lead. He had great pace in qualifying, and he very quickly takes that lead back. Under some pressure here is Douwe de Decker. He made a few places up in the first lap of the race, but he's lost out there to Akshay Bora, and it looks like he's struggling for pace in general. The 87 car of Mattia Kolnagi getting through, one of the DriveX cars. I think Mikael Pedersen trying to find a way past the pink GRS entry as well. I'm hearing that the 28 GRS car might have a power issue, so it maybe explains why de Decker is struggling quite so much. Another one of the MP drivers trying to go around the outside of him. That's the number 21 of Lucas Flusha trying to go around the outside at turn 6. The elbows are still working though on de Decker. He's defending for all he's worth. Juan Cota side by side there, further back in the pack. There's the 71 as well of Maxime Riem, one of the US Racing drivers getting into it with the Monlau competition entry. I think that was Tim Gerhardt there. Gerhardt through and past in the number 50 Monlau competition machine. De Decker still proving to be a roadblock here. He's doing a great job defending, given that car is not 100%. This is for 7th place. Juan Cota there, still trying to find his way past Thomas Strauven as well. Young Strauven of the Rodin Motorsport team. Great to have teams this prestigious in this year's Formula Winter Series. Flusha still trying to find his way around the outside of his adversary here, Douwe de Decker, but de Decker defending for everything he's worth. Flusha around the outside. Well, he got run out of space there in no uncertain terms. I thought de Decker was going to do it, but not quite. Gianmarco Pradel under pressure here. Akshay Bora to the inside of him. So the US Racing drivers swapping positions there. I don't think Pradel made that too difficult for his teammates. And finally, someone gets past de Decker. It is Garde Pedersen, and from there, I suspect everyone else is probably going to find a way through as well. Sure enough, de Decker losing out as well to Flusha. Then Juan Cota is on the back of him as well. Here comes Cota, looking for his way past. Goes to the outside at the first corner. That's going to be tricky, but with de Decker's car seemingly getting worse underneath him, Cota could have a way through. Cuts the inside at turn 2. And sure enough, the move is made. Thomas Strauven following through for good measure as well. But de Decker just about staving off Strauven, as a matter of fact. I thought that move was made, but no, not quite yet. De Decker not willing to give up that easily. He has now lost out to Strauven, though, and René Lammers, and indeed the 35 car of Flavio Olivieri, one of the Cram entries. Meanwhile, Carrie Schreiner has been on something of a charge through the field. She's up into the top 20, having started well down the grid. Looks to be on for a 17th place finish. Some side-by-side action there further back as Bart Harrison is fighting Emanuele Olivieri. But the winner of the race, disappearing down the road, is Andres Cardenas. He just walked this race, frankly. 4.6 seconds clear of Griffin Peebles. Maciej Gładysz, the first of the rookie drivers home, in third overall.
Made it look easy, but I imagine it wasn't out front there. Talk us through the race from your perspective.
Yeah, it was difficult overall. I felt the start could have been a lot better, of course. Wasn't my best start. Then overall the race, I just managed to tire because I don't know why there wasn't that much grip at all. But I'm really happy with obviously the result. I have to thank all my team, all my family that have supported me. And yeah, just that, thank you.
And there's Maciej Gładysz stepping up to the top of the rookie podium. Well, the race gets started, or does it? Some confusion as this race begins because of the way people are aligning on the grid slots. And the race is waved off on two separate occasions. But finally, third time lucky, 26 minutes, a reduced race distance, and we do get underway. Griffin Peebles from pole position, then leading the way. Cardenas, yesterday's winner, behind him in second position. As you can see, slightly more treacherous conditions today, only greasy, certainly not wet, but enough for the wet tyres, the treaded tyres on all of these Tatus Formula 4 chassis as everyone makes their way through the first few corners. It's Griffin Peebles that leads the way. Much different circumstances then from yesterday's race for everybody to contend with. You see there Douwe de Decker, he'll be looking to make up some places after yesterday's issues. Mikael Garde Pedersen, I don't think he's really had a representative qualifying performance. He's making up so many positions this weekend. Some great overtaking. He'll be looking for some more one-lap pace in the days to come. Maciej Gładysz trying to find his way around the outside of Andres Cardenas. Great scrap between them. It's MP from Campos from MP in your top three. The Olivieris getting into it together. They're not related, and oh goodness me, Emanuele Olivieri on the gravel there. That's less than ideal for sure. Cardenas trying to hold on to this second position. Of course, he wants to go and try and chase the leader, but Maciej Gładysz is making life incredibly difficult for him as they run through turn 7 and 8. Gładysz, the young Polish driver, all and backed, as you can see on the number 7 livery. And with these performances, fighting for overall podium positions on his first weekend in car racing, you have to wonder what this young man's future holds. 44 under some pressure there. That's Ernesto Rivera being hounded by not one but two cars all at the same time. But the safety car is out. The safety car is out because of the Cram Motorsport machine. That's number 37 of Filippo Fiorentino. Thankfully, the safety car is a brief one. We go back to racing. Look at that stream of 38 cars. Such a fabulous grid we have in this year's Formula Winter Series. Griffin Peebles now having to defend from Maciej Gładysz because he's gotten through into second place. Around the outside goes Matias Ferreira here, trying to find a way past Cardenas. Andres Cardenas wasn't having any of that, though. Look at Garde Pedersen again making up places. The Danish F4 champion from last year. Oh, and Pacom Wiesenberger there losing control of the car just a little bit and pushing James Agozi off the circuit. It's a battle for 5th position. It looks as though Mikael Pedersen has got the better of it, but fighting all through the top 10, all through this 38-car order. Akshay Bora there getting pushed off by another one of the drivers there. Side-by-side action between Wiesenberger and Akshay Bora also. These drivers fighting for 7th position. There's Juan Cota side-by-side, also further back in the pack. He's had a fairly disappointing Q1 session, but he's had a very good Q2. More on that later. Pacom Wiesenberger fighting hard with Akshay Bora for this 7th position, but the safety car out for a second time And this time it is for one of the Campos cars. That was Lucas Fluscher, unfortunately beached at the center chicane, but we get started again just in time for a one-lap dash. And a few people trying a bit too hard there. Back on Wiesenberger into the side of another driver, but no such issues for Griffin Peebles as he heads to the checkered flag. We do have a spinner further back though. That is the 66 of Francisco Machado. Make it a two-lap dash, of course, because of the +1 lap. And that is giving Andres Cardenas some room for thought here. Matias Ferreira gets past him. Ferreira taking the opportunity. Oh, but the two of them collide. That was hair-raising stuff. Ferreira just about keeps it on the black stuff, though. He's got a Gozi behind him, so he's sandwiched by the Campos cars. Then it's Pedersen in the DriveX machine. Here comes a Gozi. He pushes the Matias Ferreira car off the circuit there. And onto the painted stuff goes Ferreira. We've got one car off the circuit. That is a Gozi. So a Gozi's missed the center chicane on the last lap, onto the gravel on the last lap. But Griffin Peebles takes the win in resounding fashion. Maciej Guadish taking second place. Again, the first rookie home. Yesterday's winner Cardenas rounds out the podium.
Well, Griffin, we spoke to you down on the grid where you said it might be good for slicks at the end of the race. That certainly changed once the race got going, didn't it?
Yeah, I had a very good start and I pulled quite a big gap as my teammate and Cardenas were fighting a bit. So I was happy with that gap. I calmed down a bit. I thought I needed to save the tires because it was going to dry. Safety car came and I did a good restart, pulled a small gap, and then another safety car with about 8 minutes to go. And I just kept cool and I did a good restart again, and they were fighting and I just did wet lines and stuff and I pulled away a big gap, and nice for my first win.
Great result then for Griffin Peebles, your winner. Our third and final race begins under the safety car because the conditions have gotten worse. The grid for this one based on the qualifying 2 results from Sunday morning. And look who's on pole position. It's Juan Cota who leads them away as we go racing for the third and final time this weekend. Behind him is Matias Ferreira, then Ernesto Rivera and Andres Cardenas. So the 2 Campos cars there in third and fourth place, including, of course, our first race winner, Griffin Peebles, starting from 5th place, who won the race earlier this morning. Douwe de Decker side by side there, further back in the pack. That's Maciej Guadish, I think, making up some places. Yep, Maciej Guadish, as well as Mattia Kolnagi, as well as Akshay Bora, finding a way past the BWT car. Definitely been a turbulent weekend for the young man in the pink. The 48 car, James Agozi, getting past Griffin Peebles. So another of the Campos cars charging, as is Mikael Garda Pedersen, but he goes wide. Maciej Guadish then getting past, and now he's trying to go around the outside of his teammate Griffin Peebles. Guadish then making a move for 6th position. And it does look as though Griffin Peebles is struggling disproportionately to those around him at the moment. So the winner from earlier, struggling in these slightly wetter conditions. Peebles maybe not quite got the setup right for this one along with his team. Mikael Pedersen looking feisty. He dives to the inside at the final hairpin. That was uncompromising stuff, and it allows Mattia Kolnagi through as well. Akshay Bora sends his opportunity as he closes in on Peebles. Peebles already down to 9th place. As Garda Pedersen holds off Kolnagi for that 7th position. Akshay Bora going around the outside of Peebles. Peebles gets sideways there, and that's the opportunity that Akshay Bora needed for the US Racing team. De Decker finally getting the opportunity to go on the offensive as well, trying to get past Peebles here. He spent so much of his weekend with the elbows out defending. Oh dear, and a bit of a clumsy situation there between Pacon Wiesenberger and Adam Hideg. We haven't seen much of the Yenza cars up front this weekend. Gianmarco Pradel just behind Maxime Ream here. This battle further back for P15 and 16. Pradel not getting a great Q2. Leah Block has had to have a front wing replaced in the third of her races in her debut single-seater weekend. Great to have Leah in the field. Of course, she's also a teammate with Bianca Bustamante at GRS. Brazinilos passed in the MP car. Here comes René Lammers as well. They're all trying to get past the 73, Emanuele Olivieri in the AKM car. Monlaud Competitions number 50 driver Tim Gerhardt was involved in that as well. Meanwhile, Matias Ferreira here, defending second place from Ernesto Rivera. And the 46 car of Bazinilos continues to make forward momentum. I think a lot of drivers have struggled in qualifying this weekend for sheer outright one-lap pace, and we're seeing a lot of overtaking and defending as a result. Flavio Olivieri, though, holding on to that position for the time being. And this is for second place then. Ferreira and Rivera having a great scrap, and Cardenas wants to get involved as well. Cardenas looking to the inside of Rivera for third position. It is Ernesto Rivera in P2, but Matias Ferreira with the line around the outside, the karting line, the wet line, that can often help you. It's a drag race then down towards T6, and it's one that Ferreira looks to be winning. But Ernesto Rivera for Campos would love to try and get a P2. He's got to worry about Andres Cardenas behind him, though. Cardenas took his first ever single-seater win here at this circuit in Spanish F4. But look who's come to play as well. Mikel Garda Pedersen getting past Cardenas for fourth place. Peebles again at lock horns with Akshay Bora. This is for ninth position. Looks as though Peebles may have started to get his ducks in a row here. He's now fighting back against Akshay Bora as they go side by side through turn 8. And look at Garda Pedersen. He's now gotten past Ferreira. That's for second place. So it's now a Drive X 1-2 at the front of the order. Juan Cota is driven away at the front, and Pedersen is through into second position. He's got past Cardenas, he's also got past Ferreira, but no one has done better than Juan Cota in this race. He has mastered the wet conditions. He made his car racing debut in Formula Winter Series. He's going to claim a checkered flag for the first time in the series as well. Great result for Drive X and Juan Cota. Pedersen taking second as well. Matias Ferreira rounds out the podium.
Getting that first win, how does that feel? I could see the emotion when you came in.
Well, it feels amazing. Hard work with all my team all the weekend, and the past year we have all hard work, and we have this weekend a good speed. On first qualifying we have some problems, but today we managed to have a good speed and take the victory.
Great job from Juan Cota then. He'll be looking to do it all again. The circuit Ricardo Tormo waits for us next. Make sure you join us for more thrilling Formula Winter Series action.